Rose Blecher has just left a comment on a certain TikTok, and it has all made her situation worse. The comment reads that many prayers and thoughts towards her recovery from Munchausen by proxy. Well, nope, she isn't talking about her alleged MVP case. It is another case she's talking about, but this comment she made alone made people put her in her place because of the situation surrounding the video she commented on, and by the way, also reposted on her own TikTok. So before we go into how messed up the situation turned for her, let's first watch the video in question here, which is about a freshly discovered MVP case in North Texas.
Investigators say the 15-year-old had a lengthy list of medical conditions that her mother lied about, and that her mother also lied about her own health. Denise Zamora is facing 9 felony charges for allegedly providing a false medical history of her daughter, which led to the 15-year-old having unnecessary procedures and medications throughout a 6-year period, according to the Tarrant County Sheriff's Office. According to an arrest warrant, Zamora took her daughter to Cook Children's for 7 emergency visits, 12 admissions, 44 diagnoses, and 19 medications this year alone. In 2020, her daughter had a feeding tube installed, but according to the warrant, video evidence from the hospital appeared to show Zamora trying to pass off fake vomit to hospital staff as her daughter's vomit during a stay last month. That led to an investigation. Zamora allegedly told medical staff for 4 years that her daughter could only tolerate feeds through the feeding tube. However, the girl immediately began to eat by mouth after separation from her mother, according to investigators. A doctor's medical assessment listed in the warrant suspects the child is a victim of Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a mental health disorder in which a caregiver creates the appearance of health problems in another person. Detectives say Zamora refused to provide an explanation for the allegations against her. The warrant said...
So, y'all, is it okay for the kid to kill this mom? Just curious.
As Zamora's daughter went to school in a wheelchair, even though investigators say she is perfectly capable
Gypsy did
of walking.
repost it.
Investigators also say Zamora lied to family and friends about her own medical history, claiming she has cancer, even shaving her head to fake chemotherapy treatments.
Wow. She was told that she had cancer.
Fox 4 photographer Mel Saavedra translated an interview with a former neighbor of Zamora's who believed Zamora's cancer claim and that her daughter had medical issues.
Told her many times that she couldn't eat this or eat that because she was sick.
The Sheriff's Office says there is an investigation into Medicaid fraud. They're talking about up to $1 million in unnecessary charges. Zamora's bond has not yet been set. As for her 15-year-old daughter, the affidavit says that she is off her medications and doing well. One of those medications includes ketamine, which is typically prescribed for depression and pain. So the child's mother also claimed that she was non-verbal, but that appears to also be a lie, according to the Sheriff's Office. She is eating regularly right now, excited for foster care, according to that arrest warrant, and wants to learn how to play baseball.
Now, I tried to look around and they didn't actually specify how this mother was caught and later arrested, but the thing is she was finally caught, and that was the first thing that people blasted Gypsy Rose over, the fact that she was caught by authorities and that the child didn't handle the situation on their own. This person immediately replied under her comment, saying that thank goodness she didn't pull what she did, of course meaning that thank God she didn't unalive her mother the way Gypsy unalived hers. And when I saw Gypsy's comment at first, I was immediately like, why are you wishing her mother to recover from MVP when you didn't give yours a chance to do the same? And of course, this brings me to my next point. Gypsy Rose is trying so hard to relate to this situation when in reality she cannot, because first of all, her mother wasn't diagnosed by MVP. I mean, she didn't give her a chance to. Plus, a lot of research say that Gypsy Rose deserved every medical attention she got and all the surgeries she had. So there is no way she wants to relate to this MVP situation. Now, I'm not saying that her mother was spotless or a saint. She had her own issues like scamming and stuff, but still, at the age of 24 and with the knowledge that Gypsy Rose had, all she had to do was to deliver her to the authorities for them to do their job and maybe punish her if she was in the wrong. It was not her job to delete her mother. I feel like instead of Gypsy Rose commenting like that on that TikTok, she would have just left without commenting, or she could have said something else, maybe like, thank you for not doing what I did, cause else this is making her look ridiculous. Plus, every child suspected to be in this kind of domestic abuse situations prove how evil Gypsy Rose is, because as you can see, this one, her mother was rightfully arrested, and a few months back there was another young child who escaped almost the same situation, and I made a video about it saying that Gypsy Rose was taught a lesson by this little girl, and it was a story about a young brave girl who escaped her abusive home while she was even handcuffed. Now, if you missed the story, it happened in September this year in West Virginia, where the report said that police in West Virginia have arrested a woman after police say a child wearing handcuffs escaped her home and ran to a neighbor for help. Laura Southworth, 54, is being charged with child abuse and unlawful restraint, according to a news release from the Charleston Police Department. Around 9 a.m. on Monday, 911 received a call from a neighbor that a child wearing handcuffs had shown up at their home and was making allegations that she was abused and neglected. Upon further investigation, evidence of abuse and neglect was discovered to have taken place inside the juvenile's home. Multiple officers responded to the home and later took Southworth into custody. The police described the home as extremely messy, with multiple items covering the floor throughout. Southworth told investigators that she handcuffed the child Sunday evening between 8 and 9 p.m. due to the child making a mess, stealing food and placing it in hidden areas and trying to leave the house without permission, the complaint said. So yeah, Gypsy Rose every day is shown that what she did was unnecessary and evil, and now her making comments on these kind of cases makes her look ridiculous. Anyways, you guys, speaking of Gypsy Rose being evil and stuff, I actually recently stumbled upon something which is shocking and fascinating at the same time. I don't know if you guys are into astrology or not, but recently I was on TikTok and I saw this guy who was talking about some of the life paths that are most likely to be unalivers and serial killers. And shockingly enough, Gypsy Rose's life path was in those ones of people who are likely to be unalivers. Shocking, right? Maybe that explains why she chose a different path from these other people in kind of similar situations. Anyways.
Nope. Don't give her an excuse. I don't care when she was born. She unalived her mother, and she did it with nothing but hate in her heart.
This is it.
These life paths right here, 18, 9, 11, or 2, are more likely to be serial killers and murderers. These two life paths right here have a very hard time controlling their emotions. They have a very quick temper, especially with 9s, but with the 18-9, they usually take more action towards, if not murdering somebody, or killing somebody. We all know the TikTok star that looks like Scarface. He's also born on the 18th. And the teen who killed his Spanish teacher is also born on the 18th. And then the 22-year-old who killed his girlfriend by stabbing her just recently was also born on the 18th as well. So a lot of 18-9s, they definitely have a big temper, but they usually take more action with their temper. Because with 18-9s, they just tend to be a little bit more vengeful, and they tend to seek out revenge. And with 11s, they just have so much immense emotion. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to control it. So they just go out and be serial killers or murderers.
Now, for starters, let us first understand what a life path is. And here they say that in numerology, there are a myriad of numbers that have a significant impact on your life. But the most important and influential number in your personal numerology is your life path number. Whether you're brand new to numerology or looking to expand your understanding of your numerology chart, one of the best places to start is by revealing your life path number and its powerful role in your life. Your life path number represents who you are at your core, the person you're spending this lifetime learning to become. It is derived from the numbers of your birth dates and influences you your entire life. And when it comes to how you calculate your life path, you write out your birthday in digits and then add all the digits up until you have a single digit. Now, in Gypsy Rose's case, as you can see here, this is her birthday, and when you add all the numbers up, it gives you a 9, which means that her life path is 9. Well, in the video, the guy specifically talks about 18 nines, which means that to get a 9 you would have gotten 1 and then an 8, which you add up and it gives you a 9. And this is not the case for Gypsy, because Gypsy Rose is a 36-9, but still 9s in general are bad guys, which makes me wonder if this is the reason she's the way she is. Well, let me know what you think about this, you guys, and thank you for watching my video.
That was Hollywood gossip, you guys. Anyway, what do you think about that? If you're born on the 18th, you can go and unalive somebody, and here's your excuse.